I will now ask an alumni of 1996 Southwest Energy Beta Bin MLA Jay Stewart to deliver a keynote address.
Principal Buggy, Principal Underhill, Honorable His Worship, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Hennessy, teachers, staff, parents, families, friends, and certainly last but not least, graduates here tonight. 20 years ago, I graduated, and like many of you, I didn't have a clue what I was going to do for the rest of my life. I didn't even know what I was going to do the next day, and the next day after that. What I'll tell you is, you've reached an incredible milestone, and you don't get there without hard work. I want to tell you a little story. I hope it will help you over the next 20 years of your lives. When I was 19 years old, 1 year removed from graduation, my father looked at me on the porch and said I wasn't going anywhere with my life. My father, not known for his best advice at the best of times. But at this particular moment, he was right. I was fighting over the Camaro. I wanted to drive it, and he knew we were going to be having a party. He knew what that would lead to. No tires, number one, and God knows what else. So he won the argument. I got really upset at him, snapped back at him, pointed my finger in his face, even though he was right. And I said, Dad, one day you're going to eat those words. And he looked at me and shook his head. I said, no, no. I will be Premier of New Brunswick. The moment I'd said it, I not only shocked myself, Dad threw his hands in the air, went in the house, and thought his son was crazy. I went and sat on the porch and wondered why I'd ever say that. I'd been reading a book about JFK, and I must have been inspired by the moment. So that's what came out. That was 19 years ago. So over the next 19 years and 20 years of your life, you'll make mistakes. I was in a very serious car crash about a week later. Broke my cheekbones, nose, and injured a few friends, and we're all friends today, but my dad knew that we needed to slow down a bit. So over the next week and the next couple of weeks, don't get into any cars where they're drinking and driving. That's the best favor you can do for your families at this time. So many things happen at this time because it's such an uncertain time, such a fun time. Just stay out of the cars where there's alcohol. Have fun, but don't get into Although life is difficult, nobody will owe you anything, and nobody will ever help you make your dreams come true more than you will yourself. Trust is the number one thing you're going to need, trust and commitment. Because you can lose trust if you don't take responsibility when you make a mistake, and you will make them. But when you make them, you take responsibility for it, and that can gain trust. Trust is the currency of your life. It's the number one thing that you're going to need to use throughout the next 20 years. At the moment, I'm living my dream completely. And it took me 20 years to get here. It wasn't easy. It was very difficult. And I made as many mistakes as anyone could ever possibly make. I used to grind my teeth before I even tightened my skates. I just, you're going to make them. So just get over it, learn from it. What I'll tell you here tonight is that you've got a dream, all of you. I don't know what it is, but you do. And if you don't know tonight, you'll know soon enough. But nobody's going to protect it for you. Nobody. So the main thing is, don't let anyone tell you, you can't do that. You're too short. You're too, you're too poor. You're not a good athlete. You can't sing well enough, or you're just not cut out for that. Because I'll tell you, they're not cut out for that. And if you have to do it 3 or 4 times till it sinks into them that you can do it, do it. Make them eat it every single time. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something. That's the number one thing I want you to take tonight. Never allow that to happen, because they're wrong and you're right. So tonight, if I can perfectly see myself as the Premier of New Brunswick in 2.5 years' time, then you, my friends, can do anything.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. I will now